For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Raya Hamilton is suing Ted Hasburn in the amount of $3,200. Ms. Hamilton claims she had a romantic relationship with her boss and says he accused her of flirting with a co-worker and withheld her final paycheck when he fired her.
Good morning, Ms. Hamilton. You are suing your former employer for unpaid wages, correct? Mm-hmm. $3,200.
Yes.
All right, so why don't you tell me what happened?
Yes, so I was wrongfully terminated with no notice and was not paid for my last month of work, in which I worked every day, a full month, and that's $3,200. And this is my now ex-boyfriend, but my high school sweetheart, and who I supported and worked in his restaurant and as he opened up a new venture.
All right, okay, so why didn't you pay the plaintiff, Mr. Hasburn, the wages that she was owed?
She broke our employment contract a month prior, and I found out a month later.
Okay, but she still worked, right?
She did.
Okay, so wages are wages.
Yes.
That is true, Your Honor.
What happened, Ms. Hamilton? Explain.
I was working as a waitress and built up a career at high-end waitressing, high-end restaurants, excuse me. And I left those restaurants to support Ted because I loved him and I believed that he was going to be...
Support emotionally, support financially?
I had restaurant experience that he did not have. I was a waitress and also a bartender. I helped create the cocktail menu. I helped to oversee the day-to-day of the restaurant.
Oh, so you have a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I do. It's called Ted's Tavern.
Ted's Tavern. Okay. So how long did you work for the defendant?
We are now at 3 years. Ted became more and more controlling. He wanted me to wear tighter outfits, heels, to help with the tips and to drive business. And he just became very paranoid because of a small instance with a different employer.
It wasn't just a small instance, Your Honor. When we started Ted's Tavern, it was a lot, and it was definitely a financial strain on the both of us. And so we decided to bring on a mutual friend of ours. He was a sous chef at one of our favorite restaurants to come help manage. His name was Dan. He was there for not too long before Raya and him started flirting and getting a little bit physical. I was suspicious of it, and so I ended up following them one night.
Were you guys dating at this time?
We were together, yes, Your Honor. Okay. I followed them one night after work. She went back to his house. And at 6 in the morning, he walked her to her car and gave her a kiss. And so I confronted them.
So you actually parked and waited at 3 o'clock in the morning till whatever time she came out?
Your Honor, this was the love of my life. We met in high school. We had been together for over 10 years. So when I found out or I had a suspicion that something was happening, yes, that sounded like the most reasonable thing to do.
So you confronted them, and what happened?
I fired Dan on the spot. Raya began begging and pleading to keep her job. She was crying. And I just thought of all the times that we've had together in the past 10 years and how much of a life we had built together. And so, I decided to not fire Raya. I decided to give her a second chance.
So why are we here today?
So a few months later, Your Honor, I developed an employment contract. Do you have the employment contract, Your Honor?
Go ahead and get it from him, please.
Thank you.
I have an employee policy, not an employee contract that you created.
So I developed an employment contract that all employees must sign.
It's a policy,
in it specifically, there is a specific part that says Ted's Tavern's employees will keep relationships professional and friendly with another. The employer may terminate the employee at any time if she fails to uphold. So everybody signed this. Not too long after this, I hired
As an employer, you have the right to do that, okay.
Not too long after, I hired a custodian who is here today as witness. When he came to me and informed me that Raya was being a little bit too flirtatious and physical with him and it was making him uncomfortable, that's when we started to have an issue.
So you fired her because one of your other employees said she was flirting with him?
No, so I actually have video evidence, Your Honor. Jason let me know of a specific incident that happened that I brought here today that I gave to the bailiff earlier, if we could play that.
I understand the purpose. You terminated her, period. I mean, do you want to humiliate her in front of 1,000 people?
Your Honor, I do not want to humiliate her, but
He has tried to humiliate me on multiple accounts. When this happened with Dan, he told everyone at work, even though we'd had a private discussion about it. I was really, really hurt. I was torn up.
Does that make you feel this little?
Yeah,
So do you think you should stay with somebody who makes you feel this little?
no.
Just because he's your boss?
No, it wasn't even about him being
did your
my
gut
boss.
tell you, this doesn't feel right?
Yes,
When your gut tells you it doesn't feel right, it means it's not right.
yeah.
Coming up on Justice for All.
Were you flirting with Mr. Wiggins?
I was flirting. It was also
Did you
mutual.
touch his neck?
I touched his neck.
Inappropriately?
It's in no inappropriate way.
And later,
And I had politely asked if he could take this glove that my brother left so he could wear it in the photos. It turned into an altercation, and then what really happened was our son started to get upset.
These were just pictures. I mean, big deal. You were the one who showed up and started making a big deal about it.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Raya Hamilton, who is suing Ted Hasburn for unpaid wages.
Okay, so what happened with the incident with Mr. Wiggins, the defendant's witness who's here today?
It was a very close-knit work environment. So we spent many hours together. It was friendly. It was flirtatious. It would never go beyond professional, friendly work environment.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And then, Mr. Wiggins, you can stand up since you came all the way here. I understand it took you a long time to drive over here. What's the purpose of you being here today?
Yeah, so thank you for having me, Jason. I'm Jason Wiggins. My friend Ted, I met him at the gym. I was working as a custodian at the gym, and he soon came to me and wanted me to come be a custodian at his restaurant. And everything was going great. Loved the restaurant, loved the people there. Very friendly. He knows my wife and kids very well. And then Raya started to flirt with me. And at first I thought it was, friendly, and then things started to take a turn. We were in the washroom. I'm the only one that goes in the washroom. I walk in there and I start to do some of the laundry, and then she walks in. First of all, I am faithful to my wife.
As I am to my husband, but sometimes you hug and kiss your male friends. I hug and kiss my male friends, and you look adorable, and you look this, and I love you. That's kind of flirting, but it's a friend flirting. I would never, ever cross the line.
Correct. And
So
that's,
was it kind of like that?
It was, that's what I thought it was, until that incident when we were in the washroom where she came in, and I think she crossed the line there.
Why did she cross the line?
She started to touch me on my neck, and I don't think friends touch each other on their neck.
Were you flirting with Mr. Wiggins?
I was flirting. It was also
Did you
mutual.
touch his neck?
I touched his neck.
Inappropriately?
It's in no inappropriate way. I am a touchy person in general, and I touched his neck. As soon as I saw that he was uncomfortable with it, I was taken aback because I didn't even register it as flirtatious beyond what we usually do. I also need to say that I feel that you're presenting a very innocent portrayal over there, and I have some text messages that Jason sent me that are very forward in his flirting with me and my responding.
So if I'm going to look at the text messages, I'm going to look at the video.
Those are the texts with Jason. This was sent after our work shift together when he was already home with his family.
I don't know if I'd send this to a guy friend, these text messages. I think if my husband saw me sending this, he might be upset. But maybe that's just me. All right, if I read these text messages, we will look at the video.
Your Honor, keep in mind that there's no reason for Raya to be...
No speaking. That's flirting?
Your Honor, she has never pulled anything like that before, especially in the washroom.
That's flirting? That's flirting?
The circumstances.
Have you ever met a Latina woman? How they hug and kiss you, then that's going to even be worse. That's not flirting. That's nonsense.
Your Honor.
I'm not talking to you anymore, Mr. Wiggins. You may sit down. I knew that's exactly what's going to happen.
Your Honor.
It's an issue of just keep humiliating. You humiliated her in front of the whole work staff. You did it here today. You fired her. You knew what she was like. Listen, unfortunately, Ms. Hamilton, we live in a world where men can touch us like that. Men can give us a hug, and we kind of have to be okay with it sometimes. But when a woman does it, oh my God, it's flirting, it's this, it's that. It's just the hypocrisy of it that really burns me. The problem is very simple, and I should have probably just ended this case at the beginning. Because under your state, if you, regardless of termination, an employee, all wages must be paid to an employee by the next pay cycle that you terminated or quit, period. And guess what? If you don't do it within 7 days of that next pay cycle, guess what happens? The employer has to pay double the wages. And that's not me at all. That's the law in your state. So it's been way past 7 days. If you're so smart and such a smart businessman, you should understand that the law requires you to pay for wages earned, right? So therefore, based on the evidence, I will grant the plaintiff's claim of $3,200. And by law, the law of your state, I'm required to double that. So it is now $6,400 that the defendant will have to pay you. I was not the one who failed to pay her, so don't look at me like you're mad at me. I'm just the arbitrator. I just read facts and I read law and I make decisions. That's all I do. So based on the evidence, I will grant the plaintiff's claim. Good luck to you both.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $6,400.
I love you, Ted, and I never wanted to be spiteful, never. And I can't believe this is how it's ended.
Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Thank you.
Coming up on Justice for All.
Because of how loud he was getting. He was starting to get loud, starting to raise his voice. Our son got scared and he got upset. It got so bad that we had to get the school security just to calm him down.
So this is 10, 15 minutes later. He's not getting the pictures on time.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Sherry Livingston is suing Mark Tiller in the amount of $315. Ms. Livingston claims her son missed out on taking his Little League team photo and says her ex is to blame for not getting him to the shoot on time.
Ms. Livingston, you are suing your ex for $315 because that is what you paid for your little boy's Little League picture package?
Yes, that's how much the initial team photo shoot cost and the reshoot that I scheduled for individual for him to get it once he missed the first one.
What happened? Why is Mr. Tiller responsible?
He's responsible because it is his fault that we missed the pictures.
It's his fault?
Yes.
Okay, entirely his fault?
Well, it is on both of us, but he does play a big part in it. We both agreed that he would pick our son up from school on the day of the pictures at 3:30 p.m. and take him to the field so he would make it to the pictures from 4 to 5. We have a good schedule fit out.
How old is your son, Mr. Tiller?
7. Yeah.
7, so he's 7. What happened?
So on the day of, my brother came in and he used to play college baseball. So he gave me his glove to give to my son to have for the pictures. I texted Mark immediately, letting him know I was gonna drop something off at the school for our son. So I arrived there in time and I had politely asked if he could take this glove that my brother left so he could wear it in the photos. It turned into an altercation, and then what really happened was our son started to get upset. And he saw, because of how loud he was getting, he was starting to get loud, starting to raise his voice. Our son got scared and he got upset and he started to have a little bit of a tantrum. It got so bad that we had to get the school security just to calm him down.
So this is 10, 15 minutes later. He's not getting the pictures on time.
Coming up.
She knows how I feel about her brother.
Okay, but you just let your son go and take pictures. So then what happened? He missed the pictures because you two were fighting like little babies?
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Sherry Livingston, who is suing Mark Tiller for breach of contract.
And then why did you not want to use the glove from the brother-in-law, the uncle?
Because simply, she knows how I feel about her brother.
All
and on top of that, my son had 2 gloves. I let him use my old glove. I let him have my old glove as a backup glove. On top of one that I got him.
Okay.
He has 2 gloves. What does he need a third one for?
For to take pictures. That makes sense, yeah. Okay. So he has yours and he has his own. And his
Yes.
own, he would be taking pictures, literally.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. These were just pictures. I mean, big deal.
Well,
big deal. You were the one who showed up and started making a big deal about it.
I asked politely, and the reason
But
is...
you know the answer was going to say no.
I didn't
Number
know he was
one,
gonna
you
say
knew the
no.
answer was going to say no. Come on. It doesn't take a rocket science to understand. But you just let your son go and take pictures. So then what happened? He missed the pictures because you two were fighting like little babies?
I honestly didn't think it was going to turn into anything. I thought that he could have more than one.
You didn't think it was going to turn
I
into
thought he could have
everything?
more than one fatherly figure, like his uncle and his dad. Why does that have to be a competition?
Well, we're not talking about fatherly figures here. We're talking about a baseball glove that you went and you knew it was going to antagonize him, and you both ended up fighting like little babies because for some reason you're more important than your son, and you ruined your son's pictures. Both of you equally acted like children. I can only imagine how traumatic and embarrassing that was for your little son.
Yeah.
7 years old. 7 years old.
And that's exactly...
And you feel that he's fully responsible
not
for the
fully
retake.
responsible.
Well,
Not
how much is the total of the...
315.
Okay, so then why is he responsible for the full amount of $315?
Because he didn't get our son to the field on time at all.
Because you prevented them from getting to the field on time.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
So why did you refuse to pay half of it when you also had a great part in this?
Your Honor.
This is your son. This is $315 that could not have been spent if you both would have handled it. You didn't have to go at it too, so you're as equally responsible. I mean, this is another example of parents messing things up and putting themselves first above their kids. And then you have the audacity to come into court and actually sue him because you feel that he owes you $315. When you, at the very beginning, said, we are both at fault. So $315 you're not getting. $150, yes, but that's it. And it's not a win for you. You want to know why it's not a win for you? Because this is a loss for your son. Congratulations to both of you.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $150.
I'm glad we could come to a resolution. I'll try to be better for our son.
And something told me that I would have to stand on my principles and what I thought was right, so I did that.
Thank you.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.